All right, hello and welcome viewers. Unless fuck, I forgot to turn on the chat for you. But god damn it, I had to extra delay it there because I went to go trim my fingernail, and because I'm doing this with my left hand, like the clippers on my left hand, trimming my right thumb, I ended up botching it and giving myself a hangnail. So then I had to deal with that, and it's just like, oh fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That was so much fun having to deal with that. Anyways, welcome to me doing more Pokemon variants. So last time, actually, let me get the music going. So last time we managed to do a grass type Wooper line and a fire fairy Ralts line. Let me move around my monitors because I've got it on the other monitor. There we go, there we go. What a mess. Yeah, a little bit of shit happened, I guess, before I was supposed to stream. But it's fine, it's all good, it's all cool. Everything's great, everything's so cool, so swag. Okay, so I do have a bit of a request log right now for what art to make. So right now, I've been requested to do a fire type Turtwig line, a dragon type Charcadet line, and a ice type line for Fennekin. So I'm going to start with the Torterra line because I think that's going to be a little easier for me. So if you don't know about the... What the fuck just fell? Okay, that was cool. I don't know what just fell. If you don't know anything about Turtwig or Torterra, I will put up an image on screen of what they are. So here's the lowest res image I've ever fucking seen. Oh my god. That's cool. Thank you. Thank you, internet. That was awesome. Yeah, okay, whatever. This image sucks too. So basically the whole theming with this Pokemon is it's basically got the land growing on its back because it's a massive turtle. So I'm thinking for a fire type variant, we take this look and instead of having like the land grow on its back, we're going to have the Earth's core on its back. So I'm going to take inspiration from other Pokemon to do this one, mainly Torkoal, but yeah, that's what we're working with. So as you can tell, it's normally a grass type. This is going to be, and in the final evolution it's grass ground, so it'll be fire ground, the final evolution. So with the deltas, I tend to keep them looking recognizable with their normal forms. So we're not going to change too much about the body shapes here. We're going to do like 2 small circles with the head circle being larger. But I do want to bulk it out a bit because if this guy is like, you find him in this core of the earth, he's going to be quite bulky. And we'll add like little rocky fixtures to him too. Maybe make the back a little bigger. But yeah, I apologize for those delays. So as I mentioned in chat, there was a shiny booster on right now, and that's me playing Cobblemon again. And I'm currently trying to shiny hunt Shelf a Clodsire, which basically that means I'm looking for a shiny Clodsire, but it's in the alpha variant, so it's like twice as large as normal. And I have yet to see a single shiny Clodsire right now. It's actually pissing me the fuck off. But by going in with a shiny booster, I have the additional plus 20% to get a shiny. Still no luck though. I've also got a catch combo going to further boost my odds. I'll get it at some point, but I may have to end up buying credits so I can buy some more shiny boosters, and if I do that, I'll just do like an endurance stream of me just trying to hunt for it. So I'm gonna have some rocks protruding off the feet. And the back, where the shell is gonna be, I kind of want this to look similar to what Torkoal's got. So the shell comes into the middle on the back, and there's a gap there for like steam or something to escape, basically. It's gonna be hot. He's gonna be very volcanic. And eventually with the evolutions progressing, I want that shell to open up more and unleash more lava. Keeping the head shape pretty similar. It'll get more angular as it evolves, though. Give it the harder surface look to it. He's not upset. He's just maybe too overheated. So he has to release all that steam from him. And then we'll do like a little bit of a rocky form on his head. So something like that, because you don't have the leaf there anymore, and we want to imply that he's going to gain like the ground typing later. So there's our Turtwig Ruff. I'm just going to move him to the side, maybe make him a little smaller. He's just a little guy after all. And now we can do Grottle. So I've actually never drawn a lot of these Pokemon. Like, I did draw Wooper before, but I've never drawn anything from the Turtwig line or the Ralts line before. So lots of learning experiences here. So now that it's evolved, its head is going to be much smaller in relation to the body. So we want another big circle. So at this point, in the normal line, it's going to have trees growing on its back, but I think now it's going to start having the lava come out. Coming up with a cool pose for a turtle is not easy. But this will have to do. Okay, so we got our basic shaping, so we're gonna further develop the rocks on the feet, but this time we're gonna add in some claws. Keep the feel to the normal Grottle in there with the claws, though. So something that happened with Cobblemon recently is I actually got banned, interestingly enough. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, how are you still playing if you got banned? Well, I got reinstated because the reason why I got banned is entirely not my fault. I was using voice chat and someone near me said something fucked up and they banned me for it. Thinking it was me who said it. And it's like, oh, that's fucked up. So yeah, I got wrongfully banned, and that was just like a huge ordeal. Like, my friends were all freaking out, and I was just chill. Because I knew I didn't do anything. I mean, I did do something, but it wasn't like that. And I mean, I've got a friend who deserves to be banned more than I do for shit he says. So I want these claws to actually look a little bit more sharper than this. They still should be rocky, but I feel like he's a little bit more primordial. Or at least he needs to be. But now that's just crazy. They tried to ban me. I've been kicked from the server before too, but like that was totally unfair. There's no easy way to explain it other than just how it went. So I got kicked for killing a Paradox Pokemon. Well, trying to, that apparently a mod spawned in for someone else because allegedly theirs got stolen, which is kind of weird that they'd even do that. Because I was told before when I had a legendary Paradox stolen from me that there's nothing they can do about that. So I don't really understand, but whatever. Yeah, I got kicked wrongfully doing for that, and it's just like, what the fuck? Little bit of corruption, I suppose, but that's everywhere. Honestly, every server has that. So at some point I want like the eyes to kind of invert in their color, so it's like you got the black and then the pupil is colored. And I think having the middle stage do that is a good idea. just really lean into that fiery, unexposed to the sun nature. Develop the headpiece a little bit more here. But yeah, that was a situation for sure. No compensation for the mod team for wrongfully banning me, by the way. I didn't even think to ask because I didn't want to get on their bad side. It was just, I felt like that was kind of funny. That's why I'm talking about it. Like, yeah, it would be upsetting if I was actually banned. But it is what it is. I didn't get banned. So I'm thinking I have like streams of lava formed into the body, but like also pouring over it. Maybe. No. I think that it'd make more sense to have like cracks in the body where the lava forms from. I mean, I could follow like a turtle shell pattern. Find like that and then have like the lines instead be lava cracks, and then yeah, this pore opens up from the back. That's good. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. That way we expand on the hole on the back opening up. It looks like a volcano a bit, but eventually it'll be more earth core like. Gonna move my reference over. I'm realizing now these guys are massive. Gonna be hard to fit them. I'll just scale it down a little bit more. That should leave me enough room. I'm gonna do the Torterra on a separate layer. Okay, now for Torterra. So I'm thinking I want the weight on his back to get even higher, so he's like closer to the ground. He's having a hard time standing up. Because like carrying all this weight on his back is hellish. Or maybe that's just too much. We'll see. Another big circle. But yeah, I do like this black eye thing I'm going for here. Kind of like a squat position. But I also want him to feel heavy, because if you're carrying around parts of the Earth's core on you, yeah, that shit's gonna be heavy. Okay, this is positioned horribly. Maybe these guys need to be a bit smaller or something. I'll shrink them because it's a rough. I can move them around later. I think I need to just make the circle. Just gotta look for the basic shapes in the design and work from there. I mean, I'm glad I have references on screen instead of on my phone, because it makes it a lot easier for me what I'm trying to look at. I don't know why I didn't do this monitor setup last time, but whatever. So that was a cool stream, Carson. I'm so happy you managed to hit your ultra shortcut. I have yet to attempt one myself. Like, I might boot up Wii just to practice, so it's for shits and giggles. I mean, it's been a while since I've even looked at any ultra shortcuts. Double Dash being like me looking at it a couple days ago, watching some summoning salt before going to sleep. Because I like doing that sometimes. When his videos pop up in my recommended. I mean, like, speedrunning is such a cool concept to me, and I really wish I could do it. And it's like, I know it's probably as simple as just like, oh, just start doing it. I really haven't found a game I want to speed run. Like, games I love that I wouldn't mind speedrunning don't have cool tech. Like, I want Minish Cap to have a cool speedrun route before I do anything. Okay, let me get rid of this reference. I think what I'd love most from Minish Cap, though, is being able to do a randomizer race against someone again. Because that was so much fun when I used to do those. Big jagged jaw. Like, sometimes speedruns don't have really cool tech, and it's just about doing things efficiently. And maybe that's easier for me in the long run, because, like, some tricks are really hard to learn. Like, for example, with Mario 64 0-star runs, there are some insane tricks you have to do. Like, they take the BLJ and they, like, they exploit the hell out of it and do some really, really janky stuff. Like, for example, they'll take the side of a staircase, get a good BLJ off of that, clip through the front door of Peach's castle, and then they zip right into the Bowser room. And it's like the amount of precision needed for that trick is insane. Like, definitely the most iconic speedrun trick for a reason. I mean, a lot of good speedruns are fun to look at. I don't know. And then it's like I was thinking about like learning the Odyssey speedruns route, but maybe I should just try to 100% Odyssey before I do that. Actually learn the movement this time. Because I definitely did not use all the movement capabilities I could have when playing Odyssey for the first time. Because I played on Pro Controller, not Joy-Cons. But no, huge respect for speedrunners. It's a love for the game, really. You love a game so much, you fully try to break it open and complete the game as quickly as you can. Because, like, yeah, you're kind of ignoring a lot of the game's features if you do that, but at the same time, it takes so much more dedication to be a speedrunner. Okay, that backlaw's a little big. Figured out how to disable the notifications for VLCs now. I don't have to have that annoying pop-up every time I have a song change. Crazy that someone would think that's a good feature. No, I don't want that. I want my pencil so I can sketch this out. All right, now for the fun part, being the shell. So thick borders on this shell for sure. We're gonna keep with the lava flowing theme, but I want basically parts of the shell to have broken away now. And underneath, it's like you got the plates, like literally tectonic plates, on its back. And then this part is all like the lava being exposed over here. It's like we could have the lava pull out. Or maybe shorten that. Actually, yeah, shorten that. Yeah, there you go. So parts of the shell have now broken away to reveal the magma under the surface. I may keep the steam lines, I may not, but it adds good flavor, I should think. And then something else I was considering is having like a rock on the end of the tail. Might look cool. Yeah, having some jagged rocks definitely looks cool. Yeah, this guy looks ancient. Great, okay. So now I gotta figure out the positioning for this. So you can go here. Let's see about upscaling these guys. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna separate Turtwig to be on a different plane. Just because he's small, he can go in the corner or something. And then Grottle goes over here. No, don't do that. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I don't want to increase the canvas size. This is already like modder size. Like let's see. Yeah, this is 1920 by 1080, so it's already pretty huge. And I mean, I'm fine with this size here. It's consistent. I don't want to change the canvas size because I'm going to fuck up like other things I have here. Alright, so now I can actually smooth out these details now. I'm so excited for when they next do a 3D Mario game. Maybe then I can actually keep up and learn the speedrun route. Or watch that develop. I don't know. Because maybe it's better to get into a speedrun late. That way you don't have to have the speedrun be like a 4-hour run because nobody knows actually any tech aside from gotta go fast. We'll change the eye shape a little bit. He's not mad, he's just a different eye shape. I don't know why I went with such a thick line there suddenly. I'm glad Nintendo themselves are actually kind of encouraging people to speedrun their games in a way. But it's so silly. So they made that one game that's all about speedrunning, but then it's like Nintendo, well, at least Game Freak had a stance on like nuzlocking is not allowed because it's like cheating or whatever. I don't remember. They took a negative stance on nuzlocking. Like it's just defiling their game or something. It's like, are you kidding me? Nuzlocking is so imperative to the game. I can't remember what they said a while ago, but it's like they just don't like the idea of it. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's all about routing. Like, you want to take the most efficient path to going anywhere. But it's like you can still learn a bunch of clips and stuff. Sometimes you can find glitches in interesting tech. Like, there's like the zipper clips and like lewd that are pretty big. The corner clip there too. And those help save a good amount of time. So yeah, I'll definitely keep Steam, I think. Oh, seriously? I mean, I don't think glitches are cheating per se, unless like you are taking base game players who don't know any of that stuff, like casuals, and putting them against speedrunners, like the Luigi's Balloon stuff. You put them against speedrunners who like exploit the game, and then yeah, you can't really get those balloons too easily. But then again, I don't really see people do a ton with that mode. I know a lot of Pokemon like this like three-pointed crown decoration on their forehead, and I just love it. Like, I know Articuno and Glaceon use it, so I'm kind of taking inspiration from them for this like rocky headpiece here. I don't want this guy to seem too unapproachable until Torterra, so we'll keep the light in his eye. Actually, I should color the legs differently, make it easier on myself to identify what I'm looking at. Because I'm a lazy bastard, I'm gonna make like one leg and copy it over. This art isn't for profit anyways, and I'm just being lazy, so to save time, so I don't really care. I'm gonna copy the legs. Even still, the mirroring tool exists, and I know a lot of artists use that. And if you count the mirroring tool as cheating, then I think we're all dead. Alright, let's actually lower the opacity on these three layers. There we go. And now we will copy this leg over. Do that a couple more times. Like the hind legs. There are so many games out there to play, and I want to play so many of them. I just don't have the time. Especially if one game in particular is always consuming my soul. Cough, cough, Cobblemon. I mean, I'm super excited for Friday. They're doing a special event for all the Delta ranked players, along with like a raffle. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Because they're celebrating like the end of the season or something. The gym season. So that'll be something for me to look forward to, and then the auction's coming up soon. Still trying to figure out what I want to sell for that. I mean, that is if I can even get into the auction, because last time the window to join the auction was open for like 4 seconds. It was crazy. One of my friends managed to get in, and he did pretty good. Sold some Mimikyus, some special Mimikyus that were dressed up as like starters and Eevee evolutions. I've got some shiny Pokemon that have 5 IVs that I could sell, but that's really all I got. But I mean, still, 5 IVs for good Pokemon is pretty damn sweet. Want this to feel kind of like Torterra with the grooves on its arms and legs. And then we will do the shell, which I think definitely needs the thicker border after looking at the other one. Let me actually use a line tool here. Man, sometimes I love that effect. I can be lazy with digital art. Makes my life so much easier. Don't understand why people think AI is cool and can't be bothered to pick up a pencil, because it's like, if you realistically, you could always try to learn digital art, because there's a lot of assistance in that. But that's just the kind of person sometimes. I'm not defending them, I'm just saying, like, you can never convince some people to put an effort to anything. And then people like that are the worst. Cover up the... actually, let me do the lava, like, seeping over effect. Yeah, no, I got into a huge fight with one of my friends about AI. People can be stubborn, but at least they can learn where I'm coming from in regards to it. And I feel like that's what's important, is trying to understand why some aspects of AI are a bad thing. And I mean, some people will never even put in that effort to understand, so I appreciate it. Alright. Now for the Torterra. So instead of making, like, the beak a separate piece, I'm just gonna make it all cohesive. I do like the really rocky beard I got going on here. Makes it feel like a very old turtle. Which is kind of what I'm after. I might actually make the eyes, like, sunken too. That might be a good feature. So it's like its entire head is all like a rock. Not much organic left to this guy. Well, I'm glad your school's taking this AI epidemic seriously. I mean, I've heard a lot of teachers complain about how much AI is being used in school, and it's like, I'm glad I'm not in any sort of schooling right now, because that would just be terrible. Like, imagine getting accused of using AI when you didn't. Because, like, the tools that figure out if you've used AI are also still primitive. And it's like, they can't catch up fast enough to AI, so it's like they just accuse random people at that point. Gonna make sure I get a nice amount of jaggedness here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not as, like, grand as Torterra's back looks, but thematically it's fitting. I mean, I could do, like, rocks protruding off the back. But I feel like I want to do, like, red crystals, if anything. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Small red crystals. Really sell the foreign nature of this Pokemon. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A couple of red crystals. If we want to get dark about this Pokemon, we could say very few have come to the Earth's surface anymore because they're always hunted for the crystals. Like, I feel like sometimes when I make things, I can just start writing my own lore for them as I make them, and that's how you know it's a good design. So I think instead of making generic rocks on the tail, I could do, like, crystals. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Couple rough crystals on the back of the tail. Yeah, this is one tough turtle. He's not taking any physical hits. I mean, no, he's taking every physical hit, and he's gonna survive literally every fucking hit. Like, this guy looks like a wall if I've ever seen one. Just gonna copy over the leg again. Save myself some time. Whoa! Oh, what did I do? Oh, didn't mean to... What did I just do? Okay, I didn't do anything. I thought I accidentally did transfer to the layer above. That was not something I'd want to do. I like this design a lot. This was requested by Nichin for me to do. So, I hopefully he's enjoying this design too. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it, and when I feel pretty good about something, that's usually a bad sign, but we'll see what he thinks. Nichin, what do you think? I know you're there. I can smell you. That's right, you stink. Yuck, you smell. Yeah, you think it's a cool concept? Nice. That's what I want to hear. We'll get to the lines in just a moment. We're just about done roughing it out. Okay, we're missing a couple spots here. Oh, and that's fine. Quality. Have fun mowing your lawn. Alright, cool. I can do the lines now. I'll put the stink lines back in if I feel like it. The nice thing about this design is I can get away with being rough and angular with my lines. How big is that? That's like not too thick. I don't want to go above 6. I don't want really thick lines like last time. I didn't actually end up liking that. That was a mistake, but I couldn't go back and fix it. Thank you, Carson. Rock and stone, as they say. Poor little Turtwig is overheating. It's about to get a hell of a lot hotter for you, buddy. Sorry to report. A little bit more of a boxy chest. But yeah, no, this guy's not moving fast. He might barely move at all, to be honest with you, with the amount of weight on this guy. I wish they'd do more bulky starter designs in modern Pokemon. I don't know why they're so scared of going back to bulky Pokemon. Everything's got to be like really furry bait and for some reason. Like, okay, sure, yeah, we could argue that Rillaboom is bulky, but was his pre-evolution looking pretty bulky? No. It was twink until it got there, but he's a gorilla, so he kind of has to be. I don't know, I'm not too happy with modern Pokemon design direction. Like, they have so many things they can base things off of, but if everything's got to be humanoid, I don't really care for that too much. But that's just me. There's honestly some Squirtle elements into this guy. Now that I'm noticing. Just kind of with how the shell is on the back. I've kind of mimicked Squirtle's pattern. I'll do the smoke later when I'm coloring, because it's gonna look weird otherwise. A little bit of dings here and there. Now for Grotle. And Grotle looks, honestly, like if this was a completely new Pokemon, you could totally argue that this Grotle would be a final evolution, so I think I should scale him down a bit. Just so he doesn't look so massive in comparison to Torterra. I think it's because his legs are longer, and he's further away from the ground, but I still should shrink him down a little bit. Maybe the smoke is also giving that effect. Yeah, that's a little bit better in relation to him. No dynamic, no interesting poses with these guys, because they're turtles. I don't know what the hell to do. I like how the face is getting less and less, you know, like fleshy, more rocky. Maybe he eats so many crystals that he's turning into one. You know what else is massive? I don't know, Nietzsche. Can you tell me? Is it your ego? Is your ego massive? Nah, I want the eyes to be big still. Gotta make it look younger. Like gradually fading from his eyes. I feel like this is kind of more befitting of a rock type now with the whole crystal theming, but rock and ground just has so much type, like design overlap, I feel. So it's kind of hard for me to figure it out what it needs to look like. I'm gonna hide this layer real quick and just take my bucket tool and just, yeah. Fully black eyes. You know, I'd low-key love to post these in the Cobblemon Delta server, but I highly doubt they take fan ideas for Delta variants, because I mean, I can cook up so many that would actually be sick as fuck. I mean, I guess I'll give it a go, but I feel like a lot of staff just mute like the entire server and forget about it. So I don't know how worth it this effort is. But I mean, imagine that. I can control these designs instead, and like we can actually have good designs for once. Because they recently did a redesign. And by recently, I mean like today, they did a redesign, and yet again, we are disappointed with it. They took something that looked good and made it look generic. And it's just, it's... Oops, wrong layer. I guess because I'm on the server so much, I have a lot of this negative feelings towards some aspects of it, but then again, there's also a lot of positive things I can say. But even so, if they're not interested in getting different artists on the team, it's still fun for me to do this because you take a design and you're flipping characteristics of it. So I talked about this before with like tasteful gender bends of characters. And like this is kind of like the same idea, but you hone into different aspects this could have. So it's like you're completely flipping this Torterra on its head. So you have this very natural, earthy looking creature, and then I'm flipping that and taking away all the plant elements from it and saying, you are now a fire type. We're going to keep the earthiness to you, but we need you to be a fire type still. So I feel like this is like a pretty cool concept to be working with here. And it's like with the Wooper, that's not a hard flip either, because it was pretty simple for me to add the features I did add. And with the Ralts line, I feel like finding a good way to incorporate fire was the hard part, because like, yeah, I could go ahead and say, oh, this is a magical girl themed thing and call it a day. But no, it's like I figured I want like a guiding wisp basically, so I want things to be very flowy and mystical. So I like that transformative nature of this kind of project. That's just me though, being autistic about Pokemon, I guess. And I also just like designing things. Like, I designed a new outfit for myself the other day, and I do want to animate a model for it. Not like a VTuber model, not a PNG model. Like, here's what I got. And it's like, this is more casual fit. New hairstyle, too. Very shitty on the coloring, but that's, like, purposeful. It's just supposed to be an idea for me. Because, like, I want something cool. I want to start wearing band shirts on the stream. So I might make a model out of this at some point. Oh yeah, for sure, Carson. Because you still need it to be recognizable, but you also want it to be different. Like, I don't want to have this feel like, oh, it's just a recolor, or, oh, how the fuck is this Pokemon? This looks nothing like it anymore. Like, yeah, I am overhauling a lot of features, but I'm also taking stuff away from it. Like, you're losing the plants on the back for a more reserved shell, but the legs are compensating for that by growing rocks on them. I feel like if I ever play Gen 4, I'd definitely pick Turtwig as my starter. Either that or Piplup. I have zero fucks to give about Infernape. I don't care if there's so little fire types. It doesn't mean shit to me. You either have a pretty cool turtle, or I don't like Piplup too much. I like Empoleon though. He's kind of cool. Okay, I want more narrow claws here, I think. But I don't think I'm ever gonna play Gen 4. I just don't care, man. I don't like the decks very much. I've got other things I can play, like the same game over and over again. That's a good idea, right? God, the amount of times I played Minish Cap. And I still get the feeling to keep on playing it. Like, that's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Like, Breath of the Wild, I felt like was a really good game, but I never beat Tears of the Kingdom because I felt like it was just, it's kind of the same thing, but I don't really care for the building aspect too much of it because I don't like Fortnite. I'm not saying the game was Fortnite, I'm just comparing it to it, and I don't care about those mechanics too much. I mean, it's neat, but it's just like, yeah, I never finished Tears of the Kingdom. But it's like Minish Cap, I feel like I could play forever. I'm never 100%ing Minish Cap because it's a whole stupid ass gambling thing with the minifigures, and those are hell to farm the shells for. Never played any Banjo game. Honestly, I think the only rare game I really feel interested in playing it is Conquer. But it's not a good game, apparently. Or maybe it is, and when I watched Greggles play it, he was shit at it. Man, why'd they take Banjo and shoot him? Where's his games? I hope we see more platformers start to show up again, because it's like every game feels like it needs to be like this either huge fantasy game or it needs to be a shooter. Like, where's all the whimsical platformers at? maybe it's just because Mario is too dominant or something, but it's like we saw with how well Astro Bot did that there's potential. So it's like more devs should do platformers, I think. But that's just me having a little cool thing called bias. Yeah, I don't think, I think it's a stockholder issue. Is with these companies, the stockholders don't want to invest in risky games. Like, we're about to see a big collapse in the AAA gaming industry soon, just because of the prices for everything. So maybe we'll see more games like the more experimental games. I can't believe the whole Switch 2 tour game, I don't really remember what it's called, isn't fucking free. It's $6 American. Like, what the actual hell? We need Reggie back, man. He pushed for Wii Sports to be for free, and you saw how crazy that was. And I mean, like, even Sony has free games that come with their system, being like Astro's Playroom. It's ridiculous. And like, that's gonna be like the first Nintendo game to sell like 0 copies, probably. Because it's like, who's paying $6 to learn about the hardware of all fucking things? There's no game there. It's just, here's a hardware tour. Did you have fun? No? Okay, well, you still paid us $6 anyway, so we're laughing. Maybe their museum got to them, and now they think everybody loves museums so much they want to play a game about being in a museum. Again, we'll leave the smoke for later on that one. Now we do Torterra. Yeah, that too. If a tech demo should not be pricey. And it's like, this isn't about being El Cheapo either. It's just a lame as shit thing. And it's like, unfortunately, Nintendo has set this precedent that they can get away with it, and it's already being shown that like Xbox is raising their prices now because they can get away with it, and it's got nothing to do with tariffs. It has everything to do with greed. And it's like, I can't speak for what goes on behind the scenes with Nintendo, but I can speak for one of the dev teams they have, and that's Monolith Soft. And I know that they pay their employees well. Like, I think a while ago, there's like CEO or something took an income cut to pay the lower ranking staff more, and it's like, I don't know if that's how it works at Nintendo too, that they pay their staff well enough. But it's just, I feel like this is just lining someone's pocket. It's not meant to justify giving people living wages. That's never how it is. People don't get living wages for increased prices. Because companies need to make record-breaking profits every year, and something has to give. So the clients give more money, and the staff lose more money. That's usually what I find, at least. I don't know, it's just kind of messed up right now, the state of things. I'm not qualified to talk on it, though. Like, I can talk about what I see, but that's really about it. I think I like the idea of, like, one of the tips of the rock being broken off or something. Just some form of asymmetry here would look pretty cool. Let's see. I guess I'll work on the back now. So I'm not going to go through with like a steady line or anything. I want this to feel jagged and roughly broken. Okay, well, I do want those lines to meet. I don't want it to be like that jagged that lines don't meet. There we go. Yeah, that works. I feel like as long as people keep on giving me ideas for stuff to do here, I definitely want to keep on doing these art streams in the future. Not like I'm about to end stream right now or something, I'm just saying it's like, I like this idea a lot. And it's good for like interaction, like I don't mind people requesting stuff for me to draw. It's like I'll never have infinite ideas. I mean, I will. It just depends on how I'm feeling that I'll have ideas. But there's definitely some things I'm gonna say fucking no to drawing because those Pokemon designs are too difficult or something like that. Because I do need to keep the flow of the stream going. And not just sit here bashing my head against my desk and thinking, what the fuck? How am I supposed to draw this? This is fucking impossible. I can't think of anything at the moment that's like that. I mean, I can think of actually some Pokemon. Like, for whatever reason, I can't draw Meowstic properly to save my life. It looks weird every time I do it. And there's probably other Pokemon that looks fucked up when I try to draw them. Like, I imagine when I have to do breaks, then it's not going to go well for me, but we'll see. No, you're not getting no thick Pikachu. You already got it. That's not the kind of request I meant anyways. Your internet can't handle Twitch? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I was asking you what was massive. You didn't explain to me what's massive, Nichin. Can't believe bro doxes himself like this. That's crazy. Maybe the Torterra is too powerful. Do you ever think about that one? Low deeper feed. Man, that's crazy. That's massive. I initially thought my retort to you offended you so much that you left, but apparently that was not the case. But yeah, I'm not looking for like more requests right now. I've got a queue as get through this one, do either the Dragon Charcadet line or the Ice Fennekin line. And it's like the whole thing with the Charcadet line is I'm not sure how to make it look dragon. Like I was thinking like Dragon Slayer kind of look. Oh, I've made the claws look inconsistent now. We need to angle that. But that's all I could come up with for so far, because it's like making something that's very human-like look draconic is a interesting challenge. I kind of feel like he's wearing slippers, honestly. All right, now to get lazy with it. I can actually copy parts of this again. Just adjust the sizing of it. There you go. Save me a bit of time doing that. Might as well take this leg too. Ooh, not like that. There we go. Alright, now we just move it over. Bro needs to download better internet. I think it's the solution. You can download more RAM, therefore you can download better internet. I bet that's a scam somewhere, is download better internet speeds. Someone's fallen for that for sure before. Okay, that looks weird. There we go, that's better. And now we have the S. And instead of having the crystals look so 2D, I want to have them like, yeah, like that. Perfect. All right, great. Now we can move on. Oh, fuck, I forgot the eye. Oh, that looks sick, though. That kind of looks cool. He just has no pupil. But no. Bro needs to be able to see. Well, I think having it be fin looks pretty good. Like a fin slit. Oh, what the fuck happened here? There we go. I feel like this needs to be a little bit more smooth. Like, obviously I want it to look like there's a bit of lava seeping over. That way it looks a little bit more natural. Maybe we'll have it be like a drop or something instead. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this guy's cool as fuck. You'd absolutely be in the right for picking this guy as your starter. Alright, so I can't forget the smoke. Alright, so color palette. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Ah! Ah! Oh, fuck. Okay, there it is. Fucking allergy season. Okay, so we've got greens, we've got yellows, we've got browns. I want to maintain the browns, I think. But I also want reds and orange. So let's experiment. So definitely for like the turtwig, we want the color to be a little bit more vibrant for the flesh. Let me actually label these layers real quick so I don't get confused. Okay, I don't like that color. That looks like he's naked. That's not what I wanted to do. Great, I'm gonna have to rename that. Not like a huge deal, it's just a letter. Maybe like an off red? That's not bad. And then his jaw is like more yellow, so we could make it like a more crimson color. Because the yellowness of the jaw would be the redness would be maintained elsewhere, and then like what the whole face goes red here, and then we switch this out for like, I'm just trying to mess around with colors here real quick. Like I want the shell to be dark. I don't like that. Or maybe I just don't like the rock color. Maybe that's what I don't like. What color does Torterra use? Very natural, very healthy looking, so we need to gray that and make it darker at the same time. I don't know. Like, I'll maintain the orange for the magma. I feel like that was the correct color there. And then what else can we do? I think that's pretty cool for the eye, at least. No, that's black. I don't want that. Could all have that dark brown band, and then the shell. It's more like that color, maybe? That's not bad. Is there photos of the Earth's color? I doubt it. Maybe I could steal colors from the Earth's color. Okay, so that's like a very musky brown. for the rock levels. The crust. Just gonna steal a couple colors here. I'll pick something on here that I like. If you think about it, the Earth is just a giant gobstopper, really. Just gonna get rid of all that again. No, that's a shitty color palette. That's the hard one for this, guys. I don't know what colors to go with. That's too bright. What if I, like, mull it out a bit? Actually, that's not terrible, that color. Jaw feels kind of random for randomly being yellow there. I think it's probably in my best interest to make it brown. Let me steal more colors. That feels too cohesive now. I need better separation. I mean, I could lean it towards, yeah, more of a rusty color. And then for the rocks on top of his head. Look at the top of his head, oh my god. Not a very appealing color palette I'm noticing here. But I can work with this. I can make something work here. How does the colors on the back of his shell work? Okay, so you got the dark band surrounded by like the more beige. Yeah, okay, so pretty similar to what we're doing here. But the jaw is colored the same as his feet. Makes it a little too cohesive with his back than this color. Okay, I still want the orange for the eye, though. I think I like that. Yeah, I do like that idea. So maybe I gotta change, like, the coloration of his skin, maybe? Ooh, that darker red's a little bit better. Still not sold on the rock colors. I mean, maybe I could change the jaw to be something different. Like, I do like this coloration here for the jaw. So maybe I'll stick to that, because I feel like this color palette isn't bad. I don't mind that in comparison to how it normally looks. Alright, let's roll with that and see what we get out of it. Fill bucket tool, my beloved. I was thinking about dulling out the color, but I don't know, I kind of like this shade. Some color will have to dull out at some point. Or change. Or maybe not. Because I'm just trying to reflect how the color palette with the original line works. Because the difference between this and like the Ralts line is they always maintain like basically the same colors. Smooth this out. Because I don't know if I want to go with that beigeish color for the jaw on all of them. That would make him feel less intimidating, I feel. Because it's fine with the Turtwig. He feels a little less intimidating, and that's fine. He's just a little guy, after all. Let's see how this looks. It's not terrible, but I do think I should change up the jaw color. Okay, I like this like obsidian color here. But maybe I should like try to reach a nice in-between stage. No, that looks like shit. Okay. Now go straight to that. Have like the nice, like the yellowish jaw for the younger stage, and then like all of them get like this much darker jaw that overtakes the face. Yeah, and that could be like the underbelly color for the Torterra. So we still maintain like, yes, maintain the red flesh, and then just have that. But it will get a little darker, I think. Yeah, I think that's what we want here. Maybe make the... That's a little too dull, I think. Yeah, I don't mind that. Maybe I should find a nice compromise for Grottle, then. Make the colors darken with age. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Oh, dude, that's so fucking cool. I like this color palette. Yeah, I'm cooking. Cooking up a storm. Oh, before stream, I watched a video of this guy giving a press conference to like a high school about like the importance of learning languages because they're like doing a language week or whatever at their school, and the entire presentation, or rather speech, was given in Gen Alpha slang, and it was like, it was funny but embarrassing at the same time. No, I did not understand a lot of the language, but he put subtitles in like actual English for people to understand. It was crazy. Yeah, he basically spoke like you do, Nietzsche. He raised good points, though. It was just funny that that's the way he chose to give the speech. I think I need to adjust these claws. They don't make any sense. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, I can put the video on the Discord server later if you want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, that was just effective but crazy at the same time. It was funny how seeing the students' reaction, them dying of secondhand cringe. How are you feeling on this color palette, Nietzsche? Is this earning your approval? Excellent. I'm not doing any shinies until I get bored. Then I'll probably just do them on my own time because it's as simple as I just change the colors around with the slider to figure it out. But yeah, that's a cool palette, and then he just gets even cooler. Well, I mean, this guy's far from cool. He's overheating. And I'm gonna maintain this like stony color for the claws. I definitely want to make that color a little paler. Not like that though. That way the lava stands out so much more. And the crystals when I put those in. Just lazily going into the fill bucket. And I'll clean up my lines later. I mean, my paint later. Alright, now I need the red for the crystal, so I definitely want like very much scarlet. Has there been a case where a Pokemon changes design based on their shiny outside of their color palette? No, never. No, not at all. It's always a color palette swap. They don't ever gain features or lose them. Because like that's how it existed in the when they had to retroactively add in shinies, is they basically just inverted the colors or something like that for Gen 1, so that's why a lot of shinies are fucking gross. Because it wasn't done by hand or anything. Like, even in the few cases I can think of Pokemon taking on, like, unique forms that aren't considered shiny, like Shadow Lugia and Shadow Mewtwo, they don't change anything about the body too much, aside from Shadow Mewtwo, which I think gained, like, a little shoulder thing, but that was in a fighting game. So that doesn't really count. Yeah, Pokken Tournament was kind of cool. So I've never really drawn lava before, so this is going to be an interesting experiment here, having to draw it for the first time. I feel like I should have made the headpiece like this darker color so it's doesn't blend in with the shell as much. Yeah, I don't know. Should I change the headpiece to be this color or keep it to match it with everything else? Because I don't know. I don't really have the headpiece be different on any of the other ones. Where the hell did you go?
Somewhere. Goodbye.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was so quiet. But yeah, what do you guys think? Keep it like that or put it back? I feel like I should put it back, but then again, I don't mind the separation. You think it's good like that? The crown being a different color? Should I change the crown on the other ones too then? Keep it all cohesive? Because, like, it's not much for me to go through and just change the headpiece. I don't mind that, actually. I mean, with Turtwig, it looks a little weird, but on Grottle, it looks nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I felt. Yeah. Alright, let's clean that up then. Now, these are good color palettes. It took me a while to think of what I wanted to do, but I like this. And making it bleed, that's not what we want. I'm here to clean up the white spots, not make it bleed. Well, I did go over with the bucket tool, so I should have expected these dots everywhere, because my lines are inconsistent, but at least with this one, it makes sense for my lines to be all jagged and rough. This is a very rocky guy. Yeah, I guess he would be more like a fire rock type, I guess. But as I said earlier, the overlap with ground and rock is confusing to determine what type it would be. Because, I mean, some things are a rock type, and some things are a ground type, and the only thing I think that really separates them is, like, a rock type may have more crystal theming, but then again, you could have that on a ground type too. So, you know what? Those types are fucked. They're the same type in my mind. Actually, maybe having it ground would be better. Doesn't get destroyed by its ground moves then, because that would be a little ridiculous. Okay, so now we got that. Let's save our progress so far, and we are going to render these. I want to start with the eye. And again, not doing any like Pokemon themed shading styles. I'm just doing my own. Yeah, see, that looks very fiery, and that's what I want. Oh, I should actually give a little detailing to this sweat mark. There you go. Bro's a little too hot for his own good. He can't control his heat too well, his body heat. I think that's the cool thing about, like, pre-evos and stuff. They're having difficulties settling on their own godly powers. So, like, having Pokemon struggle to control themselves is a neat and realistic mechanic. Fire Ground with Shell Smash, kind of going crazy. Now I can't say about competitive builds for this guy, or what he'd get, but I imagined it would be pretty similar to what the Turtwig line would normally learn, just switch out all the grass moves for fire. I gotta remember to make sure I do the steam as well, because he looks a little empty with nothing on the back. Yeah, I guess that's something I didn't really consider is the repercussions of the type combination. I just thought, oh, here's a cool type combo. We're doing it. Like, for example, with the Ralts line being Fire Fairy. I mean, do we even have a Fire Fairy type? I can't even think of one. No, I forgot to do this part of the body. But I mean, like, grass, ground, whooper, that's nothing crazy. There's something with that type, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's definitely... Well, oh, wait, no, I'm looking at it right now. Fucking Torterra. Dumbass. Yeah, I think that's one of the few types we're missing is a Fire Fairy type, which is weird. I know there's not many types we're missing, because like with the most recent gen, we did give one of the types we're missing being like a normal poison type and maybe something else. Also, it gave us a new animal we didn't have before being II. I do think it's cool how they have the graffitied trees in Scarlet and Violet for where the Graphii usually are found. I think that's a neat feature. Adds more to the environment. Yeah, well, Victini's fire psychic, and it predated the fairy type. We'll probably get some like wisp-like Pokemon to be our fire fairy type. So, coloring rocks is always a bit of a weird thing to do. I'm not gonna go too crazy for the sake of conserving time, but it's like I spend so much time trying to detail the rocks. Just because of how they're shaped, they're never like totally smooth. I mean, if that is, that's a great rock you found yourself, and I'd keep that. But the light always hits it in like different ways, just depending on how jagged it is. What faces outwards, what doesn't. He's got little slippers. That is true. A lot of Pokemon did get turned into fairies, but I don't think they're going to retroactively start changing things into fairy types anymore, because especially it feels like they don't want fairy type running so crazy. Or maybe that's just me being biased because of what they did to the TCG. That pisses me off. They got rid of fairy type. I understand why they did it, just with how the systems in the TCG work, but still. Because like the TCG is supposed to be more rock paper scissors like, but you don't really get that triangle if you put fairy types in, because they're always going to be good against dragons, but dragons can't hit them back. Only steel can, but steel can't. Steel's not going to be super effective. Dragon's not going to be super effective to it, so it's just, yeah, it does mess things up. I understand why they did it, but I don't still. Now all my fairy energy is useless, not like I'm playing the card game anymore. Scalpers ruined that for me. I guess it's a good thing that we have Pocket, even though I'm not playing that. I don't have no time for mobile games. So we're getting a dog pretty soon. I think, what, next weekend we're getting it? And I think the name my mom wants to go for is like Bosley or something, but every time I get told it, I keep on forgetting, and I think it's like Bonsley or something. So I swear when we get this dog, and if that's the name she goes with, he will forever be known as Bonsley to me. Not a great Pokemon to name your dog after, to be honest. Yeah, no, she said no to Bob. She said no to Jerry. She said no to Tommy. And it's like, Jerry's a goated name. I don't know, I think it's funny to give an old man name to a dog. She didn't even question why the dog had so many exclamation marks. She just thought I was excited. Probably. Again, she didn't question it. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting a dog because it's been so lonely since our last one died in the house. I mean, we still have the cats, but it's just like, there's something unique about a presence of a dog, I suppose. No, Bonsley rolls off the tongue, but Bosley does not. It's like, that's why I'm gonna just call him that forever. If that's what she goes with. I mean, I don't think I'm too bad for naming things. Coming up with names, I mean. So if you ever need an animal named, I'll figure out something. And it won't be terrible, I promise. I'm missing a pixel here. Oh my god. I must be promptly executed for missing a pixel. There we go. Yeah, little bro looks cool. Now for the steam. So I'm gonna do that in the layer behind. And I do have a cloud brush. There it is. So we're just gonna take that. Find the one that looks best and just kind of make our steam using it. Gonna make this smaller, of course. Try to blend in the smoky colors. And there, he's steaming a little bit. Let's blur that. I don't need that to look so rough. There. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Very Torkoal-like, but Torkoal's cool as fuck. Man, Gen 3's awesome. So now the pupils switch to being orange. I can't really do the fiery effect as well. But I can still give it that nice gradient. Very earthy turtle. We'll start with this gray. Why is it thinking it's everything here, huh? That true? What? That's literally not the same color. Why do you think it's the same color? Fine, I'll do the magma first. Because that's the one I don't know how to do. I guess I need to approach it with like a darker orange. Or let me see about multiplying it. Yeah, that's the color right there. And then we need a lot of bright spots. Like, it'll be similar in concept to fire, but different at the same time, I imagine. I mean, I've got images of the Earth's core popped up, so I know what the Earth's core looks like. I'm an expert now. I was there. I was actually not there. I'm lying. I could go there if I wanted to. I just need to do this thing called, like, drill through a lot of layers of the Earth, and then I can go. And I'll charge people for tours, and I'll make money off of it, and oh no, I've acted like a billionaire now. But the shuttle that I'll take down to the Earth's core will be powered by a Logitech controller. And everything will be held together by rubber bands and crazy glue. Brilliant. Save as much money as I can. Yes, this is the cool thing about doing this, is I can experiment with things I wouldn't normally draw. Like, I would never draw lava usually. But here I am, learning how to do it. Yeah, this was a very cool idea. Thank you for the suggestion, Nichin. Don't forget to stay hydrated. I know I am not. Yeah, I think that pretty well covers that for the lava. I'll go with this darker color first, because I know I won't have to accidentally select it later. We'll paint it over still. I feel better about the rock when I just paint instead of going on with my airbrush. Even though my airbrush is my preferred tool. Maybe because I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to art. And just bullshitting my way through. My mom was telling me I should go to like school or something come the fall, and it's like, what the hell am I supposed to go to school for? Going to school for art is just a waste of money, and it really is. It's like, especially now, people don't appreciate artists, so it's like, I feel like there's no point in me doing that. I mean, I appreciate the offer. I'm saying I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I don't, but I also am the kind of person who just doesn't want to learn. I just want to figure things out on my own and feel stuff. Welcome back, Quality. Because it's like, I like the learning from experimentation and also seeing just what other people do to get an idea for things to adapt into my own art style. That's why it's important to have idols and inspiration when it comes to art, is you can learn from other people by watching them and picking up on aspects you like of their art style and then incorporating it into your own, learning from them. So it's like, I'd love to make my art emulate a little bit more traits of like my favorite artist Hidari's art. And one of those things I've decided to try and do a while ago was colored lines, because that's what they do. I like black lines too much though, so I never fully adapted that into my art. But that's just something to learn from an artist I like. Now they also use like a lot more softer, warmer colors, while I like my harsher colors. So it's like, if someone ever tries to learn from me, just understand I'm not a professional. That's what I say every single time. Because I'm not. I do this for the fun of the game. Oh, I've been drawing for years. Instead of making friends, I'd always draw on my floor in the room or on my bed. I mean, I draw so much for so long that my old mattress had a permanent dent in it from where I'd sit on my bed and draw for hours at a time. It's just me doing coloring is more of a recent venture. Because, like, once I got into digital art, that's kind of how I started my journey learning how to color properly. Because drawing on paper, I'd never color because I hate doing it. You make one mistake and it's over. Here, I can correct my mistakes and experiment with colors. So it's a completely different experience, and I'm actually transferring these skills back into real life. So it's like I bought these nice like what Tombow markers, and I love using them because they feel so good. And it's like I can actually blend them in a similar way I do blending with in digital art programs. I want that to be a little darker, but it's gonna be a shadow. Not like that. Maybe like that. I had to look at my other monitor for this because my drawing tablet is too saturated for me to tell the difference. Like, this looks so much more saturated on my tablet, but then I look at my other monitor and all the colors are washed out, so I have no color what things are in reality. But that's good for that spot. Oh, I need to stretch. I'm hunching over. I always do this. I shrimp over my drawing tablet. Need to lean back in my chair. I wish I could figure out how to fix it, but it's just like there's no settings to adjust it. My tablet is a Huon Canvas Pro 12. So it's a bit of an older one. Didn't pay much for it either, and I love it. Before this, I used like a Wacom tablet, but there was no screen on it, so that was a interesting coordination thing I had to learn. Looking at my monitor and drawing at the same time, I mean. I guess it's not too far from video games working like that, but still. I could never go back to a tablet without a display. Now, I'm not saying to do art you should immediately jump into buying a tablet with a display, because it's like my tablet that didn't have the display, I think was like 60 Canadian or something. It was extremely cheap, and this one wasn't too much either. It was like $150 Canadian. I did buy it on sale though. I have to preface this every time I talk about these kinds of tablets. But still, for like a beginner, it's good to get a tablet like that. But yeah, I guess like I think I first started digital art. Yeah, no, I started digital art in like 2019, so it's not like I've been doing digital art for a long time or anything. Okay, so these segmented lines, I want them to actually look like they're part of the body instead of just random markings, so I want to shade them a little bit underneath them and then highlight the tops. But I'll do that when I get to it. I've definitely gotten better at the digital art and probably just art as a whole since then. I mean, some things are very much the same, other things are different. Mainly just like how I color and stuff is basically the same. I never really changed that. But I'm slowly changing it. Like, I'm actually trying to implement in other drawings more textured feeling to things. And I mean, you can see me doing it here too with the rocks. It's not like totally smooth. It's got roughness to it. Oops, missed a spot. Let's fix that. There we go. All better. Again, no clue why it thinks these colors are the same. Because they're not. I'll just have to work around it, I guess. Actually, wait, what if I do... There we go. No, don't do that. Okay, still a little finicky, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. We'll deal with the jaw first. I feel like I'm not bad at coming up with color palettes sometimes. Like with my OCs, at least, I feel like I've got good color palettes for them, or maybe that's because I use a lot of black and everything, and I love black and I'm just biased. Well, it's like with this line and the color palette for the Ralts line, I feel like the color palette is so good there. Then again, I look at the Ralts line, I think, fuck, I just made Bridget Xenoblade. Which isn't a bad thing, but it's just funny that it worked out like that. Yeah, I guess I do look kind of metallic. That's not what I intended to do. And unfortunately, a lot of times with how I do things, the lighting's a bit too harsh, so it looks a little metallic. But it's just like, I don't want the body to look like, oh, here's some random black lines. I want them to look like where the line is, it's kind of indented around the... So maybe I need to fix that somehow. Yeah, maybe that's it. The shading on the face is a little bit rougher, so that would be it. Thank you. Don't mean to get the claws in there, but it's fine. I'll sort that out in a bit. Now to highlight this and not make this look like shit. That's a little too bright. And that looks like no difference at all. Yeah, that'll do. Fucking missed. Yeah, I still don't really have great ideas for that dragon type char cadet line. I may just push that off for a little bit and try the Fennekin line. Because I do have ideas for that. I just think dragon's a hard type to adapt, really. As I said, for something that looks humanoid, turning something into a dragon is a hard ask. Like, something that possesses features that can easily be adapted into something more draconic. Like, honestly, like this Torterra line kind of does look a little draconic, but obviously it's very much fire type. But it's not humanoid. True, they did make Sushi into a dragon, which is crazy, but I love him, and I love his shinies. They're just more types of Sushi. So I don't know, maybe even like my Monster Hunter armor type ideas, not too bad, but I've never played Monster Hunter, so all I've seen is the 3DS theme for it, so that's all I know about it. I feel like the lighting isn't too harsh enough. Yeah, maybe a little bit more white. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Maybe I'll just do that in select spots then. And I've messed up and put it on the wrong rock again. Yeah, that works. Bunch more legs to go, though. Oh, I forgot the claws. Damn it. Is this even selected? No. Just add this to the selection pool. Why not? The other ones are already selected, so who cares? Get it done now. That way I don't have to double back for the leg again. Then just go over with this darker color for all these. And it bleeds, we gotta fix that. Make it like a dragon slayer. Yeah, like so the idea I had for Luge is it's like instead of swords, it's got like dragon fangs for its arms instead, or something like that. Yeah, like dragons in Pokemon are definitely not as consistent as they used to be in the appearance they take. I mean, yeah, I'd never expect an apple to be a dragon type until it evolves. Like, Hydrapple is very much a dragon type, because it's got that Hydra look to it. I guess Gudra doesn't really make much sense for a dragon either. I mean, because like you look at Gloomy and you look at Sliggoo and it's like those aren't very draconic. Gudra's like a little, but you'd think he's like a poison type or something. Not bashing him or anything, because I think it's cool. Oh my god, Minerva's being so tall. She's standing up on her tippy toes for treats right now. Oh, she's so desperate. What a cute little kitty cat. It's so funny. Minerva's so small, but she stretches out like an accordion. It's crazy how long she gets. And of course, she's very kitten-like in personality, too. She's just a little silly little kitty, that's all I'm gonna say. I'll go over and correct the bleeding later. So nice that there's a color history, even though I completely forget what colors I used and where. Wonder how the cats are gonna react to a new dog. Probably not well, if I had to take a guess. I mean, when we first got Merlin, Abby was not happy. She was cursing, and it's like, Abby's such a sweet kitty. She'd never say curse words, but suddenly she learned how to curse. Want to repaint that? Wow, she is loud. You'd think she's in pain or something, but no, she's just being held and loved. The most traumatic thing you can do to a cat is love them. It was strange when we first got Minerva. She sounded like a smoker. Now, for some reason, as she gets older, she sounds less like a smoker. I mean, she still has a bit of a smoker's voice, like huskiness. But it's just weird how like a little kitten sounds like that, and now as an adult cat, she doesn't really sound like that. You'd think she'd pick up smoking with age. That's crazy. They let the kitten smoke. All right, let's fix this up here. There. That's a little better. Alright, let's do the back then. Oh, I forgot its selection of just certain areas. I wouldn't mind doing that Tyranitar version I talked about last Delta variant I talked about doing last time, the Fire Steel one, because I feel like I could make it like a steam engine or something like that, or like a coal furnace. But honestly, I think I don't want to do a third fire type, just for the sake of variety. So I'll need to figure out something else for Tyranitar. I mean, I think there's also an electric Delta card, so that is on the table. I won't keep the harsh shading near the magma too much. I just want to have enough room to like texture this. So what I will do is I'll apply a glowing effect. I'm blanking right now. Do we have any fairy dragon types? I feel like we have something. I just can't remember what. For some reason my mind went to Drampa, but he's normal. So is Cyan Gen 9? I don't remember. Mega Altaria. Okay, yeah, that's that. If that's the only one, no wonder I'm blanking. Yeah, there's probably a bunch of unique types we don't have because they're form locked. Somehow I feel like it'll be a while before we see an actual dragon fairy type. Just because of how the type combination just contradicts itself. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my selection there, and I'm going to go over and make this glow a little bit. Reason why I'm going in with this rough brush and doing the glow is because I'm going to blend it a little bit, but I still want it to look like there's texture beneath it. Or not. That didn't work. That's not going to blend properly. Okay. There's just too little there, so it thins it out with paint. I just don't want it to be too aggressive, the glow. Can't wait for dynamic lighting update in Pokemon, so the Pokemon glow better. I can't believe we don't have like a, I mean, maybe there's something with a Dex entry about it, but I can't believe there's no like glow in the dark Pokemon, or at least like they look like it. No, I'm just gonna do it on the same layer. I'm lazy. There we go. Now to do the smoke again. Okay, so obviously I had a white, but I don't remember what else color. I had like this color. Okay, lighten this up a bit. Didn't get the grayness, probably because of a different pressure usage than when I did the Turtwig, so maybe I'll just try to make them similar. So I'll just erase this and do it again then. I don't want it to look like it's flowing beyond it though. Oh, that is a wrong fucking everything. Shrink that down. And then just go over with like a little bit of white. That's too small, that brush. There we go. Okay, now I can fill in the gaps for where the smoke actually is. Which is just kind of over there, so I'm gonna take like this darker color and just paint it like that. Alright, cool. Now just for the Torterra. Save again. So I don't really do crystals that often, so it's gonna be interesting doing the shading for that one, but we will start with the eye, and I'm noticing some spots when I look over at my other monitor where I did not properly fill in the dark spots for the eye. Yeah, this Torterra is sick as fuck. Still keep the fiery look in his eye. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick BRB to take a moment to stretch out my back and take a piss, so I will be back in a sec. And we're back. That was definitely a little bit of a needed move around. Hunching over my tablet too much, I think. Right. I didn't realize how long I've been at this for. This has definitely been a slower one, probably because I've been much more iffy on it with the other designs and so much more confident, and I mean, it's so much easier to draw. At least with simpler features. Okay. Let's start off with the magma again. Darken it right around here the most. A little bit around the edges too. I like the idea that for the most part the shell can keep this in the lava, but a little bit dripping off adds a little bit of character, I think. So it's like what was easy with the other one is like it wasn't like a mass. So now I think I actually should maybe go look at what lava actually looks like. But I'm also thinking of like what it looks like in Minecraft and just basing it off of that at the same time. Okay, yeah, let me cross-reference what actual lava looks like before I get too stuck on this. Man, lava looks so tasty, dude. Oh, of course, like the fifth result was the Minecraft lava. Of course it was. Man, I can't believe people actually go up to volcanoes and just stare at them. It's like, are you fucking insane? Like, that must be miserable to stand anywhere near. Like, there's no joy in it. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but there's just like... That seems like hell. I went upstairs because, like, I'm in the basement and it's just... It's too muggy up there. I don't want to go up there. I hate summer, so it's like I'd hate being near a volcano, I think. I don't understand how anyone can like the summer season. It's the worst. Yeah, that looks very hot. Ouch. I'd still eat it though. I'd still eat it. Oh, I'll do the crystals now too. Crystals are also something I'd eat. I mean, you cannot convince me they don't look delicious. That's an impossible task. Definitely need to come in with like a lighter color. Yeah. Gonna incorporate some of the roughness I put onto the rocks on the crystals because the crystals will have their own texture to them because these are raw crystals. These aren't like refined or anything, so they're not going to be super smooth. I think something that's definitely the most helpful to learning anything about art is watching people's time lapses to kind of see their process of things. Like, I saw a time lapse of someone painting a crystal the other day, but now I can't remember anything I saw from it. I just remember very rough lines for everything, and it's like the finished product didn't really look like a finished product, but maybe it's just that's their art style, and it's not me criticizing them, mentioning that, it's just that's something I noticed. Oops. Maybe I need to introduce an even darker color. Or maybe an even brighter color. Yeah, I should definitely blend that. I don't want those crystals looking so rough. I mean, I do want them to look a bit rough, but I don't want them to look like scratchy. No thick Pikachu for you, Ninchin, but you can have a thick and a thicked up Torterra. How about that? We can meet in the middle. Because this guy is thick. He's so bulky. He's gonna be so defensive. Slow as hell too, though. Now to give them a little bit of a mystical property. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I missed a pixel. Might as well move on to these darker spots. Oh, I was just gonna select all the flesh. Okay. I mean, that's basically the same colors over here, right? No, that's a little darker. Oh, don't want that. So if you are interested in ever suggesting any Delta variants of Pokemon for me to do, you can join the Discord, which is in the stream description, and leave your suggestions there, because if you tell me here, I may end up forgetting. I mean, I haven't forgotten, but there will be a time when I forget. Kind of just depends on how many suggestions people tell me to do. I mean, as it stands, I only really want one suggestion per person. I think that should just go without saying. So when I ran off to go take a leak, I was thinking about how am I supposed to handle the ice type Fennekin line, and I was thinking you know how Delphox like gains that cloak when it evolves. I think it should maintain that cloak, but it should also like have a scarf or something. I feel like that would be pretty cool. And then I said, should I make it like bipedal still or not? Because I had the chance to make it a quadruped. I was thinking about Arctic foxes and stuff for inspiration. And it's just, I'm not sure yet. Because I kind of want to, but I don't know. I guess if I do, I could definitely get away with that scarf idea a lot more. Put the stick in its mouth or something, that'd be cool. Like, with that evolution line, I understand why it became bipedal. And it does work better as a bipedal mon. Doesn't mean I don't care for that fact. Like, I guess I make it work with the furry bait Pokemon, but I don't know. I just wish they didn't do it. So I don't understand this is a consequence of like rapidly declining intelligence or what, but it's like I keep on saying words to my friends and they have to keep on asking me what they mean. And it's like, what the fuck you mean you don't know what this word means? And it's just like, am I too much of a book reader to know too many words or something like that? I don't know. I just think that's like a little bit of an annoying thing. A little bit of a pet peeve, I suppose. Or maybe not. I don't know. Because you can't expect everyone to know what every word is, but usually more often than not, context clues help you out in figuring out words. So it's like if I listen to people talk and they say words I don't know, usually you can kind of piece together what something means. Is there like a word autism smart? Is that what I am? Because I'm not numbers smart. Is that even a thing? Did I just create something new? A new concept? I don't know, just call me a book nerd or something, I don't know. Even though I really haven't done a ton of reading recently. I feel like this isn't really harsh enough. Okay, great, I have blood onto the face now. It's not what you want to see. Yeah, that works. Okay, well the face is still selected, so I'm just gonna move on to selecting other parts. And I love Odyssey. Such a cool game. Mario is so cool. Shut up, Steel Series, I don't care. I hate that. I hate getting Windows notifications. Gotta be one of my least favorite things ever. Like when they scream at me to back up my drivers or some shit, or like buy something, it's like, fuck you, I'm not doing it. I already bought this pewter, is that not enough for you? And the answer is always yes, it's never enough for them, but still, I'm not doing it. Only one reality who's got my back is WinRAR. Stupid ass Windows 11. Not going to Linux though. I'm too stupid for that. I should detail this face a little bit more. Boom. There we go. Splendid. But like, even if you're not a fan of Pokemon and you want to give a suggestion, you could always give me like typing suggestion. Like, I want to see you do like a poison type Pokemon, for example. Yeah, Steam Deck runs Linux natively, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't mess around with any of that, so I'm pretty sure I got like the Linux on it, and it's just, yeah, it's not great. That's the unfortunate thing about how things go today, is there's like a lack of variety of options, so you get stuck with complacency from the different companies that make tech. Nobody's pushing each other to be the best or anything. And it's like, Mac's not a good competitor for me. I think Mac is stupid. I hate it. That's pretty cool, you're so tech savvy. Quality. Coding is not for me, and I don't care to build my own PC. I mean, as cool as that could be, I'm too concerned about the fact that I can and will fuck it up. And that's an expensive fuck up. Because like, everything could be put together what looks like correctly enough for it to operate, but then it's like in the long term I could be having like memory leaks or something because like the pins aren't like perfectly pressed in or some shit like that. And it's just like, nope, I will take my pre-builds, thank you very much. I just wish the pre-builds didn't have the stupid ass lights in them, because I'm kind of done with those. I had that phase growing up where I thought, oh yeah, hell yeah, put lights in everything, it's so cool. Now I don't care. Like, they're putting lights in the chairs now, if believe it or not. Like, why do you put your fucking lights in the chairs? It's just too much. I've seen it multiple times. There was this one like liquidation store I went to, and they had chairs there with the RGB lights in them. It's like, what the fuck? Because like, we're looking at a new chair for my dad, but something else they had there was like they had the standard Mario Kart there, and so like I couldn't fit in this, right? Like I'm pretty tall, I can't fit in that shit. It's designed for little kids. But you press the button on the steering wheel and it starts playing Mario Kart 8 music, and it's like, oh my god, I wish I was short so I could fit in that, because that is awesome. There better not be shame in buying a pre-built. This is my money that's going to be wasted. Yeah, like, I think the only thing that ever really needs to be changed with this computer is the graphics card, but the store I bought it from says they'll change it up for me for free, so it's like, when the time comes, it'll be pretty easy to do that. Because I think I have like a 3080 Ti in here. But I mean, it does the job. It's not like I'm gonna like clamor to play GTA 6 or anything. I just play fucking Minecraft all day. Yeah, it does exactly what I need to. It lets me play Minecraft with shaders without sounding like an airplane's about to take off. The only time it actually does that is whenever I stream, and that's because of the program I use to display my model just eats at my memory. Now, I do also have Minecraft open right now for me to AFK in game, but that's not causing me issues. It's genuinely just this program I have open to display my model. But it's like everything's running fine, nothing's lagging. It's just it makes my computer a bit louder. Yeah, no, I wish I could get into coding, because that would really be great for me, but nope. Tried that, didn't have any success with it. I see. I use VideoTube Mini because it's pretty streamlined service to display my model. And it's very easy for me to upload new ones and put in all the different expression toggles for it. Like, I would be toggling my expression a lot more, but I forgot my keybinds. I mean, I can go look, but it's just a lot of times I don't really feel like doing it. I'm not very expressive normally anyway, so it's actually fitting. Yeah, it's free to install. It's pretty cool. I can link it in chat if you want. Here you go. See, I use the mini one because that's the free one. The full one, like the full version, which is in early access right now, is paid. It's not a huge deal. Because I mean, you can do exactly what you need to do with this, and it's like I can even upload GIFs for me to use as my animation, as for my model instead. And it's like I will be doing that with the next model I make, is actually having proper GIFs. Make it a little bit more visually appealing. Now, free software is free software. It's good. Yeah, I don't use Streamlabs. really at all. Like for my chat capture, I actually have a plugin into my Opera to do that. But yeah, you just directly input it into your OBS. I used to use Krita, but I just prefer all the brushes and resources that Clip Studio has. So it's just better for my needs, I think. And it's like, yeah, I do have to pay for Krita, but it's like, I don't know, it's personal preference for me. I don't like the fact I had to pay for a drawing program, because it's like one time when I stopped, my free trial of Clip Studio ended, they started charging me to be able to get my drawings and actually download them as PNGs or whatever. So it's like they actually held my shit hostage, and that pissed me off. But it's like now I've done like the one-time purchase, and I just don't list now. I think I did at least. I can't remember. Probably did. Which, yeah, I just like this program too much because it's like you don't get the 3D models and shit to work with in Krita. You do get like a bunch of brushes you can upload, but this is just easier for me. Because sometimes I need those 3D models. I need 3D models for shit so badly for references that I actually bought a game off of Steam to help me reference, like help me with backgrounds for interiors, because it's like I don't want to sit in The Sims and do that because there's only so little options. So I actually bought like an architectural game just for that, and I do love designing like interiors and doing architecture stuff. So like, hell yeah. And it was $2. I have yet to open it because I haven't been doing any backgrounds, but when I do it's gonna come in clutch. Gmod's not a bad idea either. But no, I saw like a Twitter post suggesting doing that. They propose different games, but I want to put the comics in there, like comments and like, here's a game that's like dirt cheap, do that instead. And it's like, yeah, $2, easy. Like, yeah, it's a little bit more primitive and there's like less options, but still, I can get what I need done. But I have done it before where I put together an interior in The Sims and took a screenshot and then used that for an image. Well, it's just like with The Sims, it's just a pain sometimes, so I don't want to do it all the time. All right, we are almost done here. My back is getting really stiff, so I might just only do this line today. Because I've been hunching over the tablet the whole time, and I don't like how that feels. And I am stumped on my ideas right now for the others. Yeah, I've kind of been falling off of my stream lengths, but it's like with art streams, I really have to go at my own pace, and if I feel like stopping, I feel like stopping, because it's like you can't force creativity. That's the issue with getting art block, is you kind of have to force yourself to be creative sometimes, and it just feels like a miserable slog. Like, I need time to spitball these ideas anyways. Like, yeah, I was given the Sarah Luge idea last stream, but I think I want to do research first into, like, more draconic features and figure out what kind of dragon I want to be inspired by. And then with the Fennekin idea, I was literally given it right before I started stream. So I did not have much time to think on it. Like, I have a color palette, and I have one feature I want to add, and that's a scarf. Because that plays both into, like, the wizard theme, having the scarf, and the ice type theme. But, like, aside from that, I don't know if I want it to be bipedal or not. Part of me says I want it to be a quadruped, just for the sake of, difference between the variants. But then the other part of me thinks, well, if it's a quadruped, it's more exposed to the snow. It's more cold like that. Yeah, I remember you talking about that last night, Quality, and it's just, hopefully you can get over it soon. I mean, you can also, like, are you a fan of Pokemon at all, Quality? Okay, fair enough. Because I was gonna say, you could always try this idea out for yourself, just to work on your art block a bit. Like, just turn some ideas around your head of Pokemon you do know and think, like, okay, I like this Pokemon. Now, what if they were a different type? What if they looked different? Like, an adjacent idea that I've had for a stream as well is creating Mega Evolutions. But I think I'd rather do these Delta variants because it's a much more experimental concept. Because you take something familiar to you and kind of make some inspiration out of that. See, there you go. Yeah, that's like the only thing I was really aware that you liked, is like Splatoon and coding. I have no idea what Splatoon weapons there are, but I'm sure you can think of something. I mean, they tend to get pretty creative with the few weapons I've seen. Like, you have a freaking bomb that blows up into paint. You got these big paint rollers. You probably have paint cans or something. I know there's like a crossbow, there's guns. Oh, nice. Let me guess, is your PNG tuber a koala by any chance? Perchance? Nice. Yeah, I just had a sneaking feeling. Either that or that's the cancer talking. That's a joke. I don't actually have cancer. It's just a bit of an inside joke. Or it's like I had a feeling where one of my friends said he had a feeling that the FE4 remake was going to be announced during the next Nintendo Direct, and I said, no, that's just a testicular cancer you're feeling. And now I just say that every time someone mentions having a feeling. Nope, that's just testicular cancer. Oh my god, look, Carson's back. Carson did the coolest thing today, Quality. He did an ultra shortcut in Mario Kart. Carson's on his way to becoming a speedrunner, and I couldn't be more proud. I feel like a proud parent, honestly. I did clip the moment, so there is that, but I won't spoil it for you. But let me just say, that was sick as hell, Carson. Carson can upload the, can put the clip in chat. I'm too lazy. Carson has mod status. He's had it the whole time. This is me poking fun at the fact he only just gave me mod status in his channel today. What a hypocrite. I give him mod status so long ago and it takes him so long to give it to me. That's crazy. It's a good thing you didn't get attacked by bots because nobody would be able to save you. Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you. Unless I'm not. But you'll never know. I'm taking that with me to the grave. Oh, on Twitch to mod someone, I think you click on their profile. Actually, I don't know. How do you do it? I think it's gotta be like some channel role you create as a moderator status thing. It's not as streamlined as YouTube, because YouTube you can just kind of do it on the spot. Oh, fuck, that's, you know, whatever. Screw it. Alright, let's do these claws now. Ooh, nice. I know nothing about Oblivion. I just know people like it. I mean, there's probably some meme I know from it. But yeah, I know nothing about it, really. Thank you. I'm trying to capture the rocky essence while also just keeping this pretty simple for myself, because I could spend hours here. Like, I spend so long doing gold. Because, like, that's something I really enjoy, coloring is gold. But it takes a while for me to do it. But yeah, I feel like it'd be more natural if the claws were like stones themselves. That's why they're a little inconsistent, is because they're natural shapes. They don't have to be consistent.
You're stealing the cyber planet key. You must be stopped. You're illegal Megatron.
Yeah, I just want to see what mine will do. I've actually never done that.
Pro's got those nails on fleek. Look at that. All right, now for the shell. And then we can go and add the glow. Yeah, I've never touched Skyrim. My brother's playing for it right now, though. So I will be adding like glow around the rocks. So this is a little weird, but this is how it's going to be for now. Just want broader strokes instead. Keep it looking a little bit more rough and then paint around the cracks a little bit. Oh, I have premium Carson. Do you want me to download it and send it to you? Or maybe you can just download your own VOD and do it like that. Just clip the moment yourself. Because I don't know if downloading stuff on YouTube actually makes it a file or if it just makes it accessible offline. Yeah, I don't like having YouTube Premium, but it is what it is. It's like the Nitro argument, but honestly, YouTube Premium does have its perks because they're so pissy with the ad blockers. Oh, okay. There might be like a converter you could use, Carson. The old archaic way. That's how I used to download all my videos. Is converters. I mean, not my videos, but like download music and shit I wanted from YouTube is just find a converter. You may just have to download your whole VOD then. Alright, now to go through and make this all glow. Let me get this darker color back in there at least. Blend that back in. Oh, I see a spot where I've let pixel go free. That's not what we want. And then I think that's pretty good for this. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm not gonna add the steam to Torterra, I don't think. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I could. Let me actually move this one to the front. Let me see how this looks. I'm gonna obviously blur this so it looks a little bit more natural. Reposition a little bit. I don't mind that actually. But I do want to lower the opacity just a little bit. No, I want that to be small. I don't know, should this... Maybe I should just leave it right there. What do you guys think about, like, the smoke coming out of this? Should I have it or should I not? He does look pretty volcanic with it. I mean, all of them look a little bit volcanic, but he's very Earth's core-like. Well, the final evolution, I mean. And this is it without it. Like, I feel like it might look actually better without it. Yeah, I think it looks better without it personally, but I want to know what you guys think. Caesar, 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 Caesar. Yeah, no, I'll just go without. Alright. So, there we go. For comparison, that's how they normally look. And this is my variant. So yeah, pretty different, but you can still gauge what Pokemon this is supposed to be for the most part. I mean, Grottle's the one who looks most extreme in difference. I mean, so does Torterra, but you still have similar features. So the rock spikes are changed out for crystals. The head shape's a little different now, but it still carries like the same feeling, and the Turtwig definitely looks like Turtwig still. I think because I didn't make the back work the same as how Grottle normally works, it doesn't feel too different. Like it feels too different from it. But at the same time, it feels cohesive with the rest of the line, because Grottle looks very different from all the other ones. This feels more cohesive. So yeah, Grottle definitely got the biggest change here. Yeah, no, I like this. So let me... Did I keep my roughs? I did. Let's make a folder. Let's put everything inside the folder. And we'll call this Turtwig. This is a fire ground type. Turtwig. I'll need the title now. Smoke and title. All right, let's label this. Turtwig. Grottle. I have no clue how to spell Torterra. How the fuck do I spell Torterra? Torterra. There we go. Sweet. And there we go. That's our third set. Yeah, I definitely see why this took so much longer. This is very small and very simple. These guys are pretty thin, but very easy to shade. This guy was a lot more detailed than all the other ones. I kind of went kind of crazy sickle mode with these guys. There's a new bull render? What do you mean? Give me the child. Show him to me. Yeah, so this has your approval, Nichin? You're happy? Excellent. As long as I have your approval, then it is all good and worth. Alright, let's see this boo. I'm gonna export this so I can upload this places. As I was saying earlier, they should hire me for the Delta server to make variants. Because I don't know, I kind of make cool designs, I think. Person, check your DMs, you have a pipe bomb in them. Alright, I've made my export. Yes, quality, you did put a pipe bomb in there. Ooh, we got it. Wonderful. He looks great. Actually, Rosalina looks so good there. I don't know what they did to her, but Rosalina looks great. I don't know. It's awesome. But yeah, I think because my back is kind of sore from hunching over my drawing tablet for the last 3 hours, I'm gonna end it here. So remember to join the Discord if you want to leave me any suggestions for future ones. Ideally, we'll get through more next time. And I mean, we probably can, as long as I don't go like too crazy on the texturing again. Yeah. I mean, with the next ones lined up, the Fennekin line and the Serluge line, I don't think the Serluge would go crazy with the texturing. It's going to be the same case as the, I'm blanking on the name, the Roltz line, because that's pretty fleshy, pretty basic to do. So that won't be too hard. I mean, once I come up with the idea, that's a hard part. But yeah, I think that'll do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for streams for this week for me. However, Carson will be streaming this Sunday, right? So make sure to tune into his stream then. Yeah, thank you for joining, Quality. Nice to see you around. Yeah, so stay tuned for Carson's stream on Sunday then. I will hop in PC. Goodbye. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of these streams in the future. I like this. This is good for me to improve my drawing skills and experiment with new ideas.